Hey folks, we're in Phoenix, Arizona, Zone 9B, where we have mild winters. And we're in the fortunate position here to be able to garden year round. So I started my garden about 4 years ago with the intention of being able to harvest something out of my backyard every single month of the year. My primary focus is on my trees, but I also have raised bed gardens to fill in for some of the slower times of the year when my trees aren't producing. So if you subscribe to my channel, I'll bring you along on the journey as I challenge myself to harvest something every single month. And I'll show you what I'm harvesting. And hopefully, if I'm lucky, I might inspire some of you to start your own journey. All right, the first tree that we're gonna harvest in May is the mulberry tree. This thing starts in April and then produces all through the most part of May. Early part of May is when the production is the heaviest. Go ahead. Start pulling some. So we're gonna harvest a bunch of these today. And we'll pull these pretty much every day as they ripen up. Take them inside. We'll either eat them fresh, freeze them, make mulberry jam, whatever. But this is a great producer in May. So just got a few so far. There's more on here. I'm going to come back to it. The other tree that produces in mid-May is the apricot tree. And the difference between the apricot tree and the mulberry tree is that the mulberry tree will give you fruit for 2 months and the apricot tree will give you fruit for about 2 weeks. And so if you look, we came out here this morning and there's just all these on the ground that are ready for us to harvest. There's gonna be several in the tree that are ready. So we're gonna start pulling some of these right now. Okay, here's a harvest from this morning. You can see not a ton of mulberries. Mulberries are coming to the end of the season. They produce really heavily in April, going into May, and by about mid-May it starts slowing down like this. We'll still keep pulling these off for a couple more weeks probably. But this tree works really well with the apricot tree because right about the time we're done harvesting these and these slow down, the apricots pick up. And so you can see these are in full production right now. And we'll probably get about 50 or 60 this year. There's only the second year in the ground. So I'm hoping in the future, in the near future, we're gonna be getting a couple hundred of these. Here's what they look like. You can see how juicy they are. They're delicious. So you can freeze these just like this if you wanted. We're gonna be eating them fresh because we don't, we love these. So they're not gonna stick around long enough to get frozen or put in a jelly. After this, after my apricot's done, which is gonna be about another week or so, then we're gonna move on to probably the next tree to start producing is gonna be my peach tree. And I'll cover that in when it starts producing. All right, in addition to the mulberry tree and the apricot tree in May, we harvest things from the garden. These Egyptian onions make great chives. You can see they're kind of going to flower right now, but we come out and we harvest these and put them on baked potatoes and stuff like that. We have oregano, more garlic chives here. You can see I've got some squash. It's ready down here. So I'm gonna be harvesting this. Got a couple of those. So that's also, squash is definitely a good May harvest. Here's another one here. I don't think the lighting's the best, it's very bright. This is my shishito pepper plant. You see this guy is putting on tons of peppers. I'm gonna be harvesting these up. They turn red when they're ripe. Sometimes you can take them when they're green, and I'm gonna take some of these now so that the plant will put energy into making some of these other ones smaller. Because I've found that if you leave all these on here, they don't get that big. What else am I gonna be harvesting in May? Tomatoes. I'll be harvesting these. We're gonna do some salsa this weekend. Got more over here. And these are lemon cucumbers, and that plant got neglected and the heat killed it. But we're gonna have a couple of those in May. And that is it for now. More May harvest. Not these guys. These guys are coming up. But got a little secret stash of strawberries down here. But you can see some of them just kind of don't look so hot. A few of them do. So May is starting to get warmer in the 100-degree weather, and these have to be put in the shade. And I have these in a pot so that I can kind of tuck them under my mulberry tree. Some more here. When it gets really hot, they get soft. But I'm still pulling them off, and they're still delicious. They're not huge. That one's a good size. And here, this one's tiny, but I'll take it. Still tastes good. And more May harvest. Peppers. I'm gonna take these are shishito peppers here, and I'm gonna take these inside and have these for dinner tonight. So I'm gonna pick all the red ones and leave some of the green ones on to ripen up a little bit more. You can eat them green as well. So there it is, shishito peppers, also in May. All right, today is May 21st. This is my harvest for the day. Part of my May harvest series. This is my shishito pepper haul. A few strawberries, they're very small. A few of the last apricots here. Patty pan squash, and then yellow zucchini. May 25th. Doing some more. This big boy here. Oh geez, that's not good. This is what you're watching for. Those are squash bugs. That is not good. What that means is this plant is not going to make it much longer. But I'm going to have to handle these guys. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Handled that. All right. Now, I'm gonna get some of these aromas. Not bad. Some of these you can see got blossom end rot on them. Hopefully not all of them. These ones don't look too bad. Okay, so there we go. We got some squash. We got some Roma tomatoes. What else we got? Noticed this morning I got a bad boy over here. It's ready to go. This is my eggplant. All kinds of bugs this morning. Where do I go? Okay. Additionally, we've got a couple peppers. These are banana peppers. We're gonna make some salsa with these tomatoes and these peppers. Banana peppers turn red when they're fully ripe. Okay, and then we just need some hot peppers. So we got some serranos in here. These are kind of small. They might not be ready yet. And we got a couple. There you go. Okay, just to quickly recap. In the first couple weeks of May, I harvested a whole bunch of mulberries, a couple pounds of them. Second couple weeks of May, it slows down quite a bit. You pull off a few here and there. And right about the time that the mulberry slows down, the apricot tree picks up, and you get about a week or two of apricots. And we love those so much that I picked this guy up. This is a Flavor Delight Aprium, and I'm gonna be planting this, and this will be adding to my May harvest next year. But in addition to the mulberries and the apricots, we got squash, peppers, herbs, eggplant, strawberries, tomatoes, and a couple cucumbers. And on deck, if you stick with me, these peaches. I think this is going to be the next thing in June. And then over here, we've got grapes as well. So if you stick around, I will be covering that in my June harvest video. Thanks for watching.